the collective I'm currently channeling for is very exhausted. I got the image when I was meditating on this message of like somebody on this life raft in the ocean with kind of like a Noah's Ark overtone, where there's a person just floating on a life raft, and it's like something almost like a boogie board where they have to kick to keep it moving, and they're in this middle of this wide open expanse and of an ocean. And where I get this kind of like Noah's Ark vibe is that this person had like a bird with them that let them know that there is shore ahead. This person was like in some kind of shipwreck out in the middle of the ocean and has just been like paddling away, trying to get to the shore. This person represents you and kind of where you're at in your energy right now. But you've been getting a lot of signals, either it's a lot of readings, a lot of signs, like you've had a presence around you that has been saying like you are close to the end, you're close to making it, and you're like, I'm exhausted here. Like I know that we're close, but I've been hearing that I'm close for, you know, weeks, days, months, however long. It's been a while is what it feels like, because you've been in the middle of the ocean. You're like, there's no land in sight anywhere, even though this little bird went out and came back and told you that, you know, there's land ahead. And you're at this point where it's like, where the hell is it? So like some signs that this could be for you is just feeling really exhausted lately, especially where everything like went retrograde in Pisces. I think that's accurate. It's Pisces, right? You can let me know in the comments. It's Saturn, right? And Neptune. Okay, yep, Phoenix here. You guys are going through very much a rebirth process. And if you're seeing this, you're like, yeah, I know that. And that's basically what this shipwreck was. With the fighter here, this has been the energy that you have been in for a while now. This is the energy that you're kind of exhausted from. Oh, and like I was saying, like some signs that this is for you is just waking up exhausted. Dreams have been really vivid lately, so you could be dreaming like really vividly and then waking up feeling tired in the morning, because when you get up, it's like your soul has just been in another dimension. And that's what I've noticed. This happens to me especially during the water seasons, is that I will have really intense, crazy dreams, and it's like you go into like another world, another dimension, and it's like you're doing work over there. So a lot of you are doing a lot of releasing work. There's a lot of forgiveness work, which I'm going to make a separate video about, because I've been having a lot of dreams about that. So if you've been having people pop up in your dreams, just hold out for that video, because I have something that I want to speak to regarding that. But you've been feeling really exhausted. You wake up, you're tired. It's almost like, it's like when you wake up, you feel almost too exhausted to flip over to go back to sleep sort of energy. There's also an energy of being really, really hungry. You're really hungry, but your body isn't responding well. I'm getting some of you have been coming out of a time of fasting. I'm getting a lot of starving artists from this collective. So some of you may not, this isn't eating disorder stuff. This is like you just haven't had enough money to feed yourself properly. And then when you do get the money, it's like everything's kind of unbalanced. So when you do have the money, you eat, and then your body's thrown out of whack. So there's like a lot of bloating in this collective. When I was meditating on this, I saw someone like with a rash, so maybe your skin's acting out. There's just a lot of like imbalanced energy, especially with this Nine of Birds. It's like the Nine of Swords. You've been in a kind of anxiety because you've been lost in this ocean, and you've just been getting these repeating messages like, oh, you're almost there, and you're like, all I see is ocean. With this Pathfinder here, this is like the ability to find your way no matter what. And this is another video that I have to make, because I was channeling a jaguar in one of my dreams, but there's a lion on this. This is a lion-headed individual where you have the strength, the fortitude, the resilience to keep going and to get to where you need to be. And I want to see if I can get some advice on, hold on, let me go pick those up. Okay, so a bunch of cards fell out, and I was saying that I wanted to get some advice on what it is that you really need to experience right now to sort of help you flow through this. And of course, the first one that comes out is the Mender, which correlates with the Queen of Cups, I believe, in the traditional deck. And this is very much, as much as you've been in this Nine of Swords, this Nine of Birds energy, you really need to get into this calm, surrendering energy. And I know you hate hearing this, because I'm sure it's been repeated to you over and over again that what you need to do at this time is flow. This has been coming up in a lot of my personal readings as well, and I feel so bad giving these readings to people because I know they want something more concrete. But these cycles that you've been experiencing, while it feels like you've been tossed around in the waves, like with this Five of Lotuses card here, especially, like I was saying, this Noah's Ark, this boat, this feeling like you're stuck in the ocean with nowhere to go, is that you have been like pushing yourself to a point of exhaustion so that you surrender. It's almost been like every time you get it together enough, it's like good things start happening when you completely lay yourself out. And it's almost been like this repeated cycle over and over again, so that you start to realize that things are happening in your life when you flow, when you're out of this anxious energy, because this anxious energy is actually, this person's going to topple over the edge, that these thoughts are holding you back from you like overthinking yourself into a bad situation. With this Phoenix energy here again, it's like you guys are in this rebirth aspect of your life where you've asked for a life of ease, and you can't ask for a life of ease and then hustle your way through it. So it's almost like every time you get back into this like go 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 energy, you were pushed right back down, and it feels like you've been battling with yourself, because in essence you asked for something and your life completely blew apart so you could have this. You asked for a life of ease, which means that your life of hustling and striving had to go. For a lot of you, this is survival energy that you're coming out of. So like moving into this life of ease is not easy, and it's interesting because it's the things that you ask for can actually be like the most painful thing to accept is when you get it, because you can't fall back on who you used to be. That person is gone, so you're very much being called to stand in this like peaceful, loving energy. And it starts with giving love to yourself, because again, we've been getting this heavy like exhaustion energy. Some of you are too tired to do like your self-care rituals, whether it's just like, you know, your hair routine or a skincare routine. Like you're just too tired, and that is your body like sending up the warning signals. The rash thing that I channeled, bloating, anything like that, that's your body giving you signals saying to slow down, that you aren't meant to be in this hustle energy anymore. With this composer, this is basically what you're doing now, is that you don't have to work so hard in the physical, because you've done so much with the mental. You're being asked to pull things from the universe around you, and this has been a really tough lesson for you, which is why you're sort of getting that like Noah's Ark, that bird call from like, you're seeing all the synchronicities, like everything, like you see everything that's showing you things are coming in for you, but you're like, where is it? And it's because like you're looking too hard for it, you're not flowing with it. With this Six of Embers, this is the Six of Wands equivalent to in the traditional deck, and this is the sign of victory. This is what I really love about this deck, is that it shows it in this sort of like magma expanse, that it's a victory in the middle of what you think is like a meltdown. This Maze card came out in reverse, and I don't usually do reversals with this deck, but I felt called to keep it this way, because this Maze card is that kind of like, you're anxious, you're stuck in something that you can't see your way out of, and you need to take like the quickest route out. Wherever you see a door, just take it. And I got it in reverse because it's not that kind of energy. With this Protector, again, I kept this one in the reverse. This is like a King of Wands. I'm getting like, you're being called to step into a more creative practice, like especially with this Composer. For a lot of you, especially if you're spiritual, you're being called to dig deeper into your spiritual practices in a way where it's you're not following somebody else's script. You're figuring out what works for you. How do you manifest? Like, what makes you feel that like happy and empowered energy? And with this Swan here, this is the sign that you are safely guided and protected throughout whatever you're going through. This was in reverse, you're having trouble believing it, but this is your sign that you are safe and protected, and that this is sort of your last stand, that this is your rebirth, and that what you're going through right now, like you're being called to listen to your body. I'm hearing before it gets worse, that you will experience physical symptoms so that it doesn't turn into a total meltdown, but you're being guided to just flow. Like the universe knows you're tired. Be tired, honor that. With this Nine of Embers, this is like the Nine of Wands, but this is like your last stand. This is the final like showdown, where this sort of like explosive creative energy comes through, where you're just being guided to just go with the flow and see what comes from it. A lot of you have been really like struggling for routine and really fighting yourself, and this is not the time to fight yourself, especially with this Cancer energy. This is a lot of like releasing emotions and calling in creativity, where water can both break down and also, I don't want to say fertilize, but like is a life giver for plants to grow, and you need to use it in that energy. Allow it to wash away what doesn't serve you anymore, and to give life to the things that you're growing. This video is getting kind of long, so if you want a personal reading with me, you can head to the link at the top of my page. It's in my Etsy shop. Thank you.